I'm going to be starting the cladding today. As you can see, I did decide to put a horizontal bracing piece all the way around, halfway up. Not so much to strengthen the building as a whole, but really because I've decided to put the tongue and groove on the inside vertically rather than horizontally. I need the extra fixing point, so that's why I've done that. This is the nail gun I've bought, and I've got these 50mm 18 gauge brad nails to go with it. As I'm doing it, I'm putting a 2mm expansion gap in, just using a nail. So I've just pushed in a nail that's about 2mm thickness, and I've done that on each join, and I'm just clamping it as I go along. And that's another 4 boards on there now, so I'll just measure to make sure the distance is still the same from the top of here down to the bottom at both ends. And then once I'm happy it's right, I'll nail those 4 boards on and then move up with another 4 boards. And to make sure it's, to get if it is slightly off from one side to the other, I just adjust the expansion gaps until it's equal. And that way when I get to the top, I'll still be level. I think there's a few different ways you can attach cladding boards. The way I'm doing it is I'm putting one 50mm brad nail in about 1 inch to 3 centimeters above the bottom of each board. I don't know if this is the best way of doing it or not. Let me know in the comments below if you think there's a better way of doing it. That's the front and the sides clad. I haven't clad the sides right up to the roof line. I've stopped just at the apex there, and the reason being I need an edge to work to, so I'm going to have to put the plywood roof boards on first, and then that'll give me an edge to work to up on the apex with the cladding on the side. So next job will be to get the plywood on the roof. That's the first roofing board up. I'm just sort of tacking it in place with the nail gun, and I'll use some screws to fix it down properly later on. They're not the easiest thing to get up single-handed, but it's just about doable. So that's all the roofing boards on. It wasn't too bad in the end. It's a little bit heavy going just with one person, but yeah, I got there in the end. You probably saw I was using roofing ladders, which, you know, it's probably a bit of overkill to be honest, but the plywood is quite slippy and I had them, so I thought, you know, I might as well use them, and they were quite handy. So I've left a small expansion gap between each board. I don't know if that's the right thing to do. It seemed like a sensible idea, so I've done that. And I've made them flush with the outer edge, and I'll show you why. As I was saying, I've made the boards flush with the outer edge, which will give me this edge here will give me an edge to work to for my tongue and groove for the, you know, the shiplap, which I've still got to put up on the apex here. So that was the reason the plywood went on the roof before I finished putting the shiplap on, just because I needed this edge to work to. Today's job is going to be to clad the back wall. The reason I've left that till last, there's no good reason for it really, other than I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough cladding, and I wanted to make sure I'd got the walls, the side walls done, so that I could, you know, the roof was ready to go on. So I've left the back wall for today. I think I will be a couple of boards short, so I'm glad I did that. But I'll get that done today, and I'll also be trimming the boarding, which I've left a bit longer than necessary up on the apexes. Yeah, so that's the back wall that needs finishing, and then up at the top there, along the apex, I just need to trim off the boards that I've put up sort of level with the roof line, so I'm just going to run a jigsaw along there. So that's the cladding trimmed up at the roof line, and it's all ready for the main roof to go on now. I've got as far as I can with cladding the back wall. I had a few damaged boards which I couldn't use, so I'm quite a few short. So I've got a delivery coming in the next few days, so hopefully I'll be able to get that finished. That's it for this episode. Thanks very much for watching. I'm not sure which job will be next. It really depends whether the roof gets delivered next, or whether there's something else I can be getting on with. So I've got insulation and stuff on order, so that should be coming next week. So please subscribe and hit the notifications button, and you'll be able to stay up to date with the build.